I came home exhausted, opened the drawer, and my $800 rent money was gone, handed to her for a fresh frontal weave while he laughed in my face. My own man, the one I paid every bill for, looked me dead in the eyes and said, she needed it more. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just turned and walked out into the Atlanta night. Now his trap house sits dark, power cut, water off, crew gone, silent. And he finally understands what it feels like to have nothing left. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and let us know where you're listening from in the comments. My name is Kiana. I'm 26 years old. And this is what really happened. I came home from my double shift at the warehouse last Tuesday night, feet throbbing, back screaming. And the first thing I noticed was the apartment smelled different. Not the usual mix of his cologne and my vanilla candle. Something sharper, like fresh glue and new synthetic bundles. My rent envelope, $800 I'd counted out in crumpled 20s from tips and overtime, was gone from the top drawer of the dresser. Just an empty space where it used to sit. I stood there staring at the drawer like it might spit the money back out. My stomach dropped so hard I almost bent over. That envelope wasn't play money. That was next month's rent, the light bill, and the little cushion I kept so I wouldn't have to ask nobody for nothing. I'd been stacking quietly for months, telling myself one more paycheck, and I could finally breathe without his shadow over every dollar. I texted him, "Where my rent money at?" No reply for 20 minutes, then 3 dots, then, "Handled it, chill." Chill. That word hit like a slap. I grabbed my keys, slid my feet back into the Crocs I just kicked off, and drove straight to the trap house on the east side. The one he called the spot, like it was cute. Brick building, barred windows, red bulbs swinging in the hallway like a warning light. I still had the spare key he gave me months ago when he said I was his piece. Funny how peace gets revoked so quick. I let myself in quiet. The bass from the speakers downstairs rattled my teeth. Weed smoke thick enough to chew. Laughter bouncing off the walls. Somebody yelling about a play. I crept up the stairs, staying close to the rail so the steps wouldn't creak. His bedroom door was cracked. Voices inside. His and hers. He was laughing that low, cocky laugh he does when he thinks he's winning. "Man, she gon' trip when she find out, but she always come back. I gave Shorty $600 for that frontal. Look at it though, fire, worth every dollar." I pushed the door open slow. There she was, sitting on the edge of his bed in nothing but a sports bra and biker shorts, head freshly installed, swinging the long 30-inch bundles like she'd won a prize. New weave gleaming under the purple LED strip lights. $600 of my rent money literally sitting on her scalp. She looked up first, smirked, didn't even try to cover up. As he turned, eyes widening for half a second before that same cocky grin slid back on. "Kiana, what you doing here?" I didn't yell, I didn't cry. I just stood there, arms folded, staring at the money I'd bled for now framing her face. "You took my rent money," I said, voice steady. "Gave it to her, for hair." He shrugged like I'd asked about the weather. "Rent ain't due for 2 weeks. You always figure it out. And she needed it more. Look how good she look." The girl, some chick named Tasha he swore was just cool, tossed her hair again. "It's bussin', right? Tell her thank you." I felt heat crawl up my neck, but I kept my face blank. Inside, something clicked. Not broke, not shattered, just done. He laughed again, reached for the blunt on the nightstand. "You tripping over 600? Come on, Kai. You know how it go." I looked at him, really looked. The gold chain he never took off. The fresh J's he copped last week while I was eating ramen. The way he sat there like the world still owed him something. I didn't say another word. Just turned, walked out, closed the door soft behind me. Down the stairs. Past the dudes in the living room counting stacks. Out the front door into the humid Atlanta night. In the car I sat for a long minute, engine off, hands on the wheel. My phone buzzed. Him. "Stop acting like that, come back, we good." I deleted the message, then I blocked his number. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat on the couch in our half-empty apartment replaying every time I'd covered a bill. Every time I'd said it's cool when he came up short. Every time I'd convinced myself he was just going through a phase. Phase over. I opened my notes app, started a new list. First line, County Court Record number 2025-CV-11873, signed by Notary Public. That was the day I stopped being the girl who paid for peace and started becoming the one who takes it back. I didn't go straight back to the apartment after leaving the trap house. I drove around the perimeter of the city for almost an hour, windows down, letting the warm Atlanta air hit my face until my thoughts stopped spinning long enough to form a plan. The smell of exhaust and late-night barbecue smoke from the strip malls clung to my clothes. I needed to breathe something other than his lies. When I finally pulled into the complex parking lot, the spot next to his Charger was empty. He was still at the house, probably laughing about how I'd stormed out like some dramatic side character in his movie. Good. That gave me time. I let myself back into our place, the lease still in both our names, but every utility in my name because he said paperwork stresses him out. The air inside felt stale, like the apartment already knew we were done. I went straight to the hall closet where he kept his work bag, a black Nike duffel he thought I never touched. I unzipped it slow. Inside, 2 bricks wrapped in saran, a digital scale still dusty from last use, 3 stacks of rubber-banded cash, and a burner phone I'd seen him switch out every 2 weeks. I didn't take anything yet. Just pulled out my own phone, turned on the flashlight, and started photographing. Every bundle, every knot of rubber bands, the serial numbers on the bills closest to the top, the little black book he used for drops, addresses, initials, amounts, snap, snap, snap. I even recorded a quick video of the open bag, narrating in a whisper. This is what he keeps while I pay the rent alone. My hands were steady, no shaking, no tears, just focus. I zipped the bag exactly how I found it, slid it back into place. I then went to the kitchen. There was a half-eaten box of wings on the counter from 2 nights ago. I tossed them, wiped the counter. Anything to keep my body moving while my mind worked. Around 2 a.m., my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I almost ignored it, but something told me to answer. Tasha. He's asleep now. You still mad? I stared at the message, then typed back. You knew that was my money. 3 dots. Then, he said you cool with it, said you always cover him. I laughed once, short, bitter, typed eek. He lied. She didn't reply right away. I set the phone down, went to the bathroom, splashed cold water on my face. When I came back, another message. Tasha. I didn't know it was yours far. He just handed me the cash and said, get my hair done. I thought it was his play money. I believed her about 40%, enough to keep reading. For me, you still at the house? Tasha. Yeah, he knocked out. Crew downstairs still turned. Me. Send me a pic of the hair, full front. A minute later, the photo came through. Her in the bathroom mirror, bundles swinging, fresh install shining. 600 of my dollars looking real good on her head. But the caption she added made me pause. Tasha. This weave cute, but I ain't dumb. He treat everybody like backup. You want smoke or you want smoke him? I read it twice, then a third time. Me. I want him quiet, real quiet. Tasha. Bet, what you need? That was the moment the rage stopped being hot and started being cold, strategic. I didn't trust her fully yet, but I trusted her enough to test the water. Me. First, don't tell him we talking. Second, tomorrow when he leave, let me in. I need 10 minutes alone in his room. Tasha. He got a re-up meeting at 11. House empty from 11:30 to like 2. Me. Perfect. I'll be there at 11:35. Bring the new hair so it looked like you still there getting styled if anybody ask. Tasha. 8. And Kiana? Me. Yeah? Tasha. He been talking reckless on them group chats, saying you too loyal to leave, saying he got you on lock. I felt my jaw tighten. Loyal, lock, like I was property. Me. He about to learn locks break. I plugged my phone into charge, then opened my banking app. The joint account we barely used, mostly for show, had $47.12. His personal one, the one he thought I didn't know the login for because he used my birthday as the PIN, I'd watched him type it in once. I logged in. Balance, $3,892.14, mostly from the last 2 flips. I didn't transfer anything yet. Ning just noted the numbers, took screenshots, time-stamped them. Then I opened my secret cash app, the one tied to my maiden name, the one he never knew existed. Balance, $4,612 from months of side gigs doing braids in my living room while he was out handling business. Every dollar he never asked about. Every client he never met. That money wasn't for him. It was for the exit I didn't know I'd need this soon. I laid on the couch, lights off, staring at the ceiling fan spinning slow circles. The apartment was quiet except for the hum of the fridge and the occasional car passing outside. I thought about the first time he called me his main, how it felt like a crown back then. Now it felt like a collar. Tomorrow I'd go back to that trap house, not to beg, not to fight, to start dismantling, piece by piece, quietly, the way he never saw coming. The next morning, I woke up on the couch with my neck stiff and my phone still clutched in my hand like a weapon. Sunlight sliced through the blinds in harsh lines across the living room floor. I checked the time, 9:47, plenty of window before his 11 o'clock meeting. I showered quick, hot water pounding my shoulders until the tension loosened just enough. Dressed in black leggings, oversized hoodie, and the plainest sneakers I owned. No flash, no attention. Hair pulled into a low knot, face bare except for lip gloss. I wanted to blend into the background of that house today. Before I left, I grabbed a small black backpack from under the bed. Inside I packed my second phone, the one I used for business only, a portable charger, a tiny voice recorder I'd bought off Amazon last year. Just in case, latex gloves from the kitchen drawer, and a USB drive. Everything small, everything quiet. I stopped at the corner store on the way, bought a pack of Newports, even though I don't smoke anymore, just for the cover if anybody asked why I was lingering. Paid cash, no receipt. By 11:20, I was parked 2 blocks over from the trap house, engine off, windows cracked. The street looked sleepy in the daylight, kids riding bikes, an old man watering plants on his porch, trap music muffled behind closed doors. I watched his charger pull out at 11:28, black rims spinning slow. He didn't even glance my way. Tasha texted, "Coast clear, back door unlocked, hurry." I slipped out, hood up, walked casual like I belonged. Around the side of the house, past the overgrown bushes, through the chain-link gate that squeaked just once. The back door was cracked an inch. I pushed it open. The kitchen smelled like burnt bacon and stale weed, dishes piled in the sink, a half-empty bottle of Henny on the counter. I moved through fast, straight up the stairs to his room. Door still ajar from last night. Tasha was inside, sitting cross-legged on the bed in sweats, bundles still fresh, scrolling her phone. She looked up when I entered. 10 minutes, she said low. He got cameras in the hallway, but not in here. I checked. I nodded, pulled on the gloves. You staying? Yeah, I'ma act like we doing hair if anybody pop up. Smart. I went straight for the dresser first. Top drawer, more cash, loose bills, a couple prepaid cards. I photographed everything again, timestamps on. Then the nightstand. His main phone was charging. I knew the passcode, his mom's birthday. Opened it, went to messages. I'd scrolled the group chat he had with the crew. Found what Tasha mentioned. Him. He stay on some loyal shit. She ain't going nowhere. I got her spoiled. Another dude. You wild for taking her rent for Tasha's shit, Lowell. Him. She'll pay it. Always do. I hit record on my phone's voice memo app, held it close to the speaker, played the messages out loud just loud enough for the mic to catch. Then I forwarded the whole thread to my second phone, deleted the forward notification from his device. Clean. Next, the closet. Shoe boxes stacked on the top shelf. I pulled the third one down, his emergency stash. Inside, $2,800 in hundreds, a kilo brick still sealed, and a small notebook with drop schedules. I flipped pages. Tomorrow's re-up, 4 p.m., corner of Pryor and MLK, contact J-Rod, $18,000 expected. I photographed the page. One then took $400, 4 crisp hundreds, from the stack. Not enough for him to notice right away, just enough to start the bleed. Tasha watched from the bed. "You moving like a ghost." "Gotta be," I said. "He think I'm emotional. Let him keep thinking that." I slid the box back exactly how it was. Then I opened his laptop on the desk. Old MacBook he never password protected because ain't nobody touching my shit. Rookie move. I plugged in the USB, copied the entire business folder, Excel sheets with client lists, Venmo logs, even a Google Doc labeled Connects. Everything transferred in under 2 minutes. While it copied, I opened his email on the browser, forwarded 3 recent ones from suppliers to myself. One had tracking numbers for the next package. Another had a threat. "Don't short me again or we got problems." I logged out, wiped browser history, closed the lid. Time check, 11:47, 3 minutes left. I turned to Tasha. "We need to talk real quick." She set her phone down. "I'm listening." "He think you just a come-up. You know that, right?" She nodded slow. "Yeah, he told me you was the one paying bills so he could flex. Said you easy." My jaw clenched. "And you still took the money?" "At first I thought it was his. Then I saw how you looked last night. I got a cousin who went through the same with her baby daddy. I ain't trying to be that girl." I studied her face. No smirk now, just straight eyes. "Okay," I said. "Then help me finish this. Not for me, for both of us." "What's the play?" "Keep acting normal. Keep him comfortable. I need you to record him when he talk reckless. Anytime you mention drops, names, amounts. Send it straight to me. No screenshots. Voice notes only." She nodded. "Bet. And the hair?" "Keep it. It's paid for. Consider it your signing bonus." She almost smiled. "Eight, boss." I pulled off the gloves, stuffed them in my pocket. Backpack zipped, everything back in place. I paused at the door. "If he asks why you still here, telling him you came by, we talked, you left crying, he'll eat that up." Perfect. I slipped out the same way I came in. Down the stairs, through the kitchen, out the back door, heart steady, no rush, just purpose. Back in my car, I sat for a second, breathing deep. The smell of the trap house, weed, liquor, ambition gone wrong, still clung to my hoodie. I started the engine, pulled off slow. Next step, turn his own words into the rope he hangs himself with. Quiet, clean, final. As I drove away from the trap house, the midday sun glared off the hood of my car, turning the dashboard into a haze of reflected light that stung my eyes. I squinted behind my shades, the kind with the cheap gold frames I bought from the flea market last summer. Everything felt too bright suddenly. The billboards advertising fast cash loans, the chrome rims on passing trucks, even the pale blue sky over Atlanta that promised heat without mercy. I pulled into a Waffle House parking lot off the interstate, killed the engine, and just sat there watching the light play across the greasy windows of the diner. People inside moved like shadows under the fluorescent strips, sipping coffee, laughing over scattered hash browns. My mind drifted back, pulling me into the memories I'd been avoiding since last night. How did I end up here, when plotting in broad daylight like some underground operative? It started 2 years ago at a block party in East Point. Summer heat wave, the kind where the sun hangs low and golden, turning everything into a warm glow. String lights draped between telephone poles flickered on as dusk hit, mixing with the flash of phone cameras and the sparkle from girls' glittery tops. I was there with my girls from the salon, fresh off a shift twisting locks until my fingers cramped. 24 then, still thinking love looked like the movies. He rolled up in that same Charger, bass thumping from the speakers, pulling eyes like a magnet. Tall, dark skin glowing under the streetlights, fade sharp, smile wide enough to light up the whole corner. Name was Dre, short for Andre, but he said it like it meant something royal. He locked eyes with me while I was mid-laugh with my cousin Shay, handing out plates of ribs from the grill. "You look like you could use a real plate," he said, stepping close, voice smooth over the music. "Not that lil wing you holdin'." I rolled my eyes but smiled. "I'm good. Who you?" "Dre, and you?" "Kiana." From there it was easy. He had that charm, street smart but soft around the edges when he wanted. Told me he was entrepreneurial, flipping cars, doing logistics for local spots. I knew what that meant, but back then it sounded ambitious. We talked all night under those lights, him making me laugh with stories about growing up in the projects, me sharing dreams of opening my own hair studio one day. By the end of the week, we were texting nonstop. Instagram DMs turned to late-night FaceTimes. He'd pull up to my old apartment in Decatur, take me to drive-thrus or hole-in-the-wall spots where the jerk chicken hit different under the neon signs. Light from his dashboard would catch his face just right, making him look like the answer to prayers I hadn't said yet. 3 months in, he hit a rough patch. Said his connect flaked on a deal, left him short for rent. I covered it, $600 from my savings. "Just this once," he promised, kissing my forehead under the porch light. "You my rock, Kai." Once turned to twice, then regular. He moved in 6 months later to help with bills. But somehow I ended up paying the lease renewal, the cable, the groceries from Target runs, where the fluorescent aisles made everything feel temporary. He'd contribute flashes, $200 here, a grocery bag there. But it was my warehouse job and salon side gigs keeping the lights on, literally. I'd come home to the power notice glowing red on the counter, pay it online quick before he noticed. All the while, I built my secret hustle, braiding hair in spare rooms, taking Cash App deposits under the table. No social media promo, too risky with his crowd watching. I'd do installs at clients' houses, under kitchen lights or living room lamps, stacking $50, $100 at a time into that hidden account. He never asked where the extra came from when I'd buy takeout. Assumed it was women's stuff. But the signs piled up like unpaid tickets. Late nights at the trap house, which he called his office. Phone buzzing at odd hours, him stepping outside to answer under the street lamp glow. Whispers about side pieces from mutuals. But I brushed it off. Love makes you dim your own light sometimes. Last winter, things cracked. I found a hotel receipt in his pocket. Midtown spot with the fancy lobby lights. He swore it was for a meeting. I let it slide, but started documenting quiet. Screenshots of his Venmo to unknown names. Photos of late-night texts lighting up his screen while he slept. That weave incident? The final beam breaking through. Sitting in that Waffle House lot now, the sun shifting lower, casting long shadows across the asphalt, I realized I'd been living in the dark too long. My phone buzzed. Tasha. Got a voice note, him talking to his boy about tomorrow's drop, sending now. I played it. Dre's voice crackled. "Yeah, J-Rod coming through at 4, 18 racks. Don't be late, nigga." Perfect. I opened my notes app again. When added to the list, pull his credit report. Easy. Joint lease gave me access. Found the login for the county site. There it was. Late payments, evictions from before me, even a small claims judgment for $1,200 he never mentioned. Then I drafted the first legal drop, a simple eviction notice form from the Fulton County Court website. Filled it out with our address, his name as tenant at will. Reason, non-payment of rent/utilities. I notarized it digitally through the app, County Court Record Number 2025-CV-11873, signed by Notary Public Elena Ramirez. I didn't file it yet. Just saved the PDF, a shadow waiting to fall. But it felt like turning on a floodlight in a room full of secrets. I started the car, pulled back onto the road. The light was fading now, golden hour turning everything soft. Time to head home, plan the next move. This wasn't just revenge, it was illumination. The afternoon light had shifted to that heavy amber glow by the time I got back to the apartment complex. Shadows stretched long across the cracked parking lot asphalt, turning every puddle into a mirror of burnt orange sky. I parked in the visitor spot this time, farther from the building, so his charger wouldn't spot my car if he swung by early. Small habits, they add up. Inside, the place felt smaller than yesterday, like the walls had inched closer while I was gone. I dropped my backpack on the kitchen table, unzipped it, and laid everything out like evidence on a detective show. The USB drive, the second phone, the voice recorder still warm from use, the 400s I'd lifted folded neat in my palm. I counted them again, $400. Not life-changing, but symbolic. First blood drawn. I powered on the second phone, transferred the photos, eating the voice notes, the copied files from the USB. Everything time-stamped, backed up to an encrypted cloud folder he'd never guessed the password for. My grandma's maiden name plus the year I graduated high school. Simple, secure. Next, the small siphons. I opened his banking app on my main phone, still logged in from that one careless morning he left it unlocked while showering. Balance now $3,492.14 after whatever he spent last night. I initiated 3 small transfers to my hidden cash app. $47, $89, $112. Random amounts. Nothing big enough to trigger an alert right away. Just enough to make the numbers look messy if he ever checked closely. Each one labeled as a TM withdrawal in the transaction history. He'd blame himself first. Probably think he miscounted or got shorted on a flip. I logged out, cleared cache, closed the app. And then the credit cards. He had one, in his name only, Capital One, the black one with the high limit he used for business expenses. I knew the last 4 digits from seeing him pay for dinners. I went to the site, reset the password using his email recovery, the one tied to his main Gmail, password still DreamMoney2023. Inside, recent charges, hotel in Midtown again. $2 $300 cash app sends to Tasha Bay 97, nail salon, liquor store. And, my stomach twisted, a $180 charge at a jewelry spot for custom chain pendant. Probably for her. I didn't cancel anything, just noted the pattern, took screenshots. Then I changed the recovery email to a burner I'd set up months ago, subtle lockout. He'd get in eventually, but it would take time. Time I needed. My main phone buzzed. Tasha. Voice note incoming. He just left for a quick run. Art talking big again. I played it. Dre's voice, cocky as ever. Yeah, bruh. Case still trippin', but she gon' fold. Always do. I got another play lined up after J-Rod tomorrow. We eatin'. I saved it. Added to the growing folder labeled receipts. I stood up, paced the living room. The carpet felt gritty under my socks. Hadn't vacuumed in weeks because he said the noise bothered his headaches. I stopped at the window, looked down at the lot. His spot still empty. Time for the next layer. I opened my laptop. Old Dell. I bought refurbished from Best Buy. Nothing flashy. Logged into the joint lease portal for the apartment complex. Uploaded the drafted eviction notice I prepared last night. Filed it electronically through the Fulton County self-service portal. Reason: non-payment of agreed-upon rent contribution and utilities. Supporting docs, screenshots of utility bills in my name only, bank statements showing my consistent payments, his sporadic Venmo transfers that never covered full share. I hit submit. Confirmation email came instantly. County Court Record number 2025-CV-11873, now officially in queue for processing. He'd get served papers within 7 to 10 business days. Plenty of time for everything else to unfold. But I wasn't stopping at legal pressure. That was backup. I texted Tasha from the burner app. Me, need you to plant something small tomorrow when he's out for the drop. Tasha, what? Me, take one of his prepaid burners. Text one of his crew from it. Something vague like J-Rod said Dre shorted last pack. Watch your back. Then delete the thread. Leave the phone where he'll find it later. Tasha. That's cold. And you sure? Me. He built this house on trust he never earned. Time to collect interest. Tasha. I got you. He keep extras in the kitchen drawer under the foil. Me. Perfect. Send proof when done. She replied with a thumbs up emoji. No hesitation now. I closed the laptop, walked to the fridge, pulled out a bottle of water. The cold glass against my palm grounded me. I drank slow, letting the chill spread down my throat. Every move so far had been touch-based. Gloves on skin, cash between fingers, keys turning in locks, screens lighting up under my thumbs. Tangible, controlled. Tomorrow would shift to sound, whispers turn to echoes, paranoia spreading like smoke through those thin trap house walls. I sat back on the couch, legs crossed, staring at the blank TV screen. My reflection looked different. Sharper jaw, steadier eyes. But not angry anymore, methodical. He thought he had me on lock. Locks don't hold when you change the key from the inside. I picked up the voice recorder. Hit play on the last clip I'd captured today. His laugh in the background of Tasha's living room recording while she pretended to do her edges. Dre. She thinks she's slick, but I stay 10 steps ahead. I smiled small. First real one since this started. Not anymore. The apartment stayed quiet that evening. The kind of quiet that presses in when the storm is still building outside. I kept the lights low. Just the soft blue glow from my laptop screen and the faint orange from the street lamp leaking through the blinds. No music, no TV, just the hum of the ceiling fan and the occasional ping of notifications I'd muted on my main phone. I opened the encrypted folder on my second device. Everything was there now. Photos of stashes, copied spreadsheets, voice clips of Dre running his mouth, bank screenshots, the eviction filing confirmation. A digital paper trail thick enough to bury him if I ever needed to go full nuclear. But I wasn't ready for that yet. Nuclear leaves fallout. I wanted precision, controlled burn. Tasha texted from the burner app at 7:12 p.m. Planted the phone. Kitchen drawer. I'm under the foil like you said. Sent the fake text to his boy Marcus from the prepaid. J-Rod said Dre shorted last pack. Watch your back. Deleted thread. Left it unlocked so he finds it easy. Me. Proof? She sent a quick photo. The cheap flip phone half hidden under Reynolds wrap. Screen still lit with the sent message time-stamped 6:58. Clean work. Me. Good, now fade back, let it simmer. Tasha. He back yet, acting normal. But I heard him on the phone earlier. Sounded stressed about tomorrow's timing. Me. Keep recording anything he says about J-Rod or the crew. Send voice only. Tasha. Got it. I set the phone down, leaned back against the couch cushions. The fabric felt worn under my palms. Same spot where I used to curl up watching him play 2K while I scrolled TikTok, pretending everything was fine. In that memory stung for half a second, then dissolved. No room for nostalgia tonight. I pulled up Instagram on the burner account I'd made last month. No profile pic, private. Following only a handful of burner pages tied to his crew. Scrolled slow. Marcus had posted a story. Black screen, white text overlay. Some niggas move funny lately. Viewed by 47. Dre's account viewed it too. Good. Seed planted. Next layer, the alliance had to solidify. I called Tasha on FaceTime audio, safer than video in case someone walked in. She picked up on the second ring, voice low. Speak. You still alone? I asked. Yeah, he downstairs with the guys, they loud as hell. Listen, this ain't just about the money anymore, or the weave. It's about the whole game he running on everybody, including you. She exhaled slow. I know. When he been trying to play me like I'm temporary too. Told me yesterday he got options. Like I ain't hear him. Exactly. So we flipped the script. You in deep now, planted evidence recording him. That makes you family in this, not side chick, partner. Silence on her end for a beat. Then, what's the end game for me? You walk with something. I'm not asking you to risk for free. After this blows up, I'll set you up with connects for your own thing. Hair, lashes, whatever. I got clients who pay premium and cash to start. 10 grand minimum, clean. Another pause. You serious? Dead ass, but only if you stay solid. No slipping, no telling him we linked. I'm solid. He don't deserve loyalty from neither one of us. Bet. Then tomorrow, when he leave for the drop at 4, I need you to do one more thing. Right, get in his main phone while he's showering or whatever. Forward me the thread with J-Rod, the whole convo about the re-up amount and location. Don't screenshot. Forward direct to this number. I gave her the burner digits. After you send, delete the forward from his sent folder. He won't notice unless he goes looking. Got it. And if he catch me? He won't. You've been in his space long enough. He trusts you to be reckless around you. She laughed soft. True. He think I'm too busy fixing my edges to pay attention. We ended the call. I felt the shift, like puzzle pieces clicking into a frame I could finally see the edges of. I stood, stretched, walked to the kitchen, poured a glass of cranberry juice from the fridge. The cold liquid hit my tongue sharp and grounding. I sipped slow. We're staring at the eviction confirmation email glowing on my laptop across the room. Tomorrow, the drop would happen, or it wouldn't. Either way, paranoia would take a root. Marcus would question, others would whisper. Dre would start looking over his shoulder in his own house. And Tasha, my unexpected ally, would be the eyes inside the walls. I set the glass down. The condensation left a perfect wet ring on the counter. I wiped it with my sleeve. No traces. Back to the couch. I opened the Notes app one more time, added a single line under the growing list. Alliance secured. Internal breach initiated. The fan kept spinning overhead, slow circles of shadow and light dancing across the ceiling. I closed my eyes for the first time in what felt like days. Sleep came fast, not peaceful, strategic. When tomorrow the temperature in that trap house would start to rise. And Dre still had no idea the heat was coming from inside. The next day arrived thick with humidity, the kind that makes your clothes stick to your skin before you even step outside. I woke up early, 6:45 a.m., to the sound of distant thunder rolling over the city like low bass from a passing car. Atlanta weather didn't play, it warned you first. I stayed in bed for a minute, phone in hand, scrolling the burner app. Tasha had sent 3 voice notes overnight. I played them with the volume low, ear pressed to the speaker. First one, Dre's voice, tense. Marcus keep asking weird questions. Said he got a text from my number talking about shorting J-Rod. I ain't send that shit. Second, him pacing. I could hear his Jordan squeaking on the hardwood. Somebody playing in my phone. I swear on my mama. Third, quieter, almost to himself. If it's one of y'all, better speak now. 'Cause when I find out, I saved them all. The paranoia was spreading faster than I'd hoped. Good. I got up, showered cold to wake my nerves, dressed in the same low-key fit, black hoodie, leggings, plain kicks. Grabbed my backpack, added one new item, a small pack of zip ties from the junk drawer. Not for violence, for securing evidence if things moved quick later. By noon, I was parked again 2 blocks away, same spot, engine off. Windows cracked to let in the warm, heavy air smelling of cut grass and distant rain. I waited. At 3:42 p.m., Tasha texted. He leaving now for the drop. J-Rod already texted. Said meet at the usual spot on Pryor. Dre looking jittery. Me, stay inside, record if anybody come by after he gone. Tasha, already on it. I gave it 20 minutes. Then I drove closer, parked one street over, walked the rest. We're in hood up against the thickening clouds. The trap house looked the same from the outside. Quiet brick, barred windows, that red bulb off during daylight. But the energy felt different, tighter. I slipped around back again. Door unlocked. Tasha's doing. Kitchen empty. Up the stairs quick. His bedroom door closed but not locked. I pushed in. The room smelled warmer than yesterday, like body heat and fresh anxiety sweat. Bed unmade. His main phone on the charger. Laptop open but asleep. I gloved up. Went straight for the laptop first. Woke it. No password. Still. Opened the business folder I'd copied before. Found the Google Doc labeled Connects, updated yesterday. New entry. J-Rod's new drop location changed to a warehouse off Joseph E. Boone Boulevard. Time pushed to 5 p.m. Word reason, heat check. I forwarded the entire updated doc to my burner email. Then I did the sabotage. I opened his notes app on the laptop. Typed a quick entry, time-stamped it to look older. J-Rod trippin'. Might have to reroute the pack through Marcus instead. Tell him low-key. Saved it, left the app open. Next, the packaging. He kept a small duffel of supplies under the bed. Baggies, scales, tape. I pulled it out. Found the prepped packs for today's re-up. 4 vacuum-sealed bricks. I didn't open them. Just took a small razor from the desk. Made a tiny slit in one corner of each outer bag. Not enough to spill visibly right away, but enough that movement would cause slow leakage. Enough for any sharp eye or nose to notice during transfer. I resealed the duffel, pushed it back under the bed exactly as it was. The touch of the canvas under my gloved fingers felt like handling live wires. Phone buzzed. Tasha. He just texted the group chat. Anybody touch my shit today? Nobody replied yet. Me. Let it sit. Don't respond. I checked the time. 4:18. Drop was supposed to be at 4. He'd be late now. J-Rod hated late. I slipped out the same way. Downstairs, through kitchen, back door. Rain started spitting as I hit the sidewalk. Fat drops on my hood. I walked fast but normal back to my car. Drove home slow, radio off, letting the windshield wipers thump like a heartbeat. Back at the apartment, I stripped off the wet hoodie, hung it over a chair, sat at the kitchen table with my second phone. Waited. At 5:47, Tasha sent a voice note. Background noise, shouting, doors slamming. Tasha whispering, Dre just walked in, mad as hell. Unsaid J-Rod pulled up but dipped when he smelled something off the packs. Said it looked tampered. Lost the whole re-up. Product ruined or seized, he don't even know yet. Crew blaming him. Marcus cussed him out in front of everybody. Said, you slippin', bruh. That text wasn't a joke. Dre looking sick. I played it twice. Felt the shift in the air even through the speaker. Another text from her. Argument still going, 2 dudes already dipped, house feeling empty. Me. Keep recording, don't engage, just observe. I leaned back in the chair. The rain was steady now, drumming on the window like impatient fingers. The temperature in that trap house had finally risen. Not from heaters, from suspicion, from leaks, from words I never spoke directly. Dre was starting to feel the walls close in, and the crew was starting to feel the same. I opened my notes app, added one line, escalation complete, chaos inbound. The thunder rolled closer. Lightning flashed white across the room for a split second, illuminating everything sharp and bright. I didn't flinch. I just waited for the next crack. Rain kept falling through the night, steady and unrelenting, turning the streets into slick black mirrors under the street lights. I stayed up late in the apartment, lights off except for the blue glow of my second phone screen. Notifications trickled in from Tasha like slow drips from a leaky faucet, each one tightening the knot in the story. At 11:03 p.m., voice note. Background chaos, yelling, something heavy hitting a wall, glass breaking. Tasha whispering fast. It popped off. Marcus came back after the drop fail, accused Dre straight up of snitching. Said the text from his phone matched the shorted pack story too perfect. Dre denied it, swung first. They tussled in the living room, coffee table flipped, blood on the floor. 2 more dudes bounced right after, said they ain't trying to catch a Fed case behind sloppy work. I replayed it and heard the fear under her calm. The house was fracturing faster than concrete under pressure. Another text at 1:19 a.m. Dre, alone now, pacing, talking to himself, said he gon' find out who plantin' shit. House feel hollow, music off, no traffic. Just him and the echo. I didn't reply. Let it breathe. Morning came gray and damp. I woke to thunder still grumbling in the distance. Checked the Fulton County Court portal first thing, eviction notice status. Served via certified mail and personal posting scheduled for 48 hours. Papers would hit the apartment door soon. Another layer locking in. Tasha's next update landed at 9:47 a.m. Major re-up was supposed to be back up today. Different connect, smaller pack, $12,000 expected. Dre went to meet him at the warehouse off Joseph E. Boone. Came back empty-handed. Said the connect pulled up. I saw the crew half gone, heard about the drama yesterday, and bounced. No product, no cash, just threats. Don't call again unless you clean house. Dre looking like he aged 10 years. I felt it then, the peak. The moment the machine he built started eating itself. Me. Anyone still there? Tasha. Just me and him. Couple stragglers downstairs, but they quiet. No sales, no knocks. House dead, silent except him cursing at his phone. Me. Record everything he say today, especially if he mention names or next moves. And stay low, I'm coming tonight. Tasha. Tonight? Me. Yeah, final piece. You ready to walk? Tasha. Past ready. I spent the day prepping, transferred every file voice note screenshot to a fresh USB drive, printed the eviction confirmation, highlighted the notary seal, then packed a small duffel, clothes I'd left at his place over months, my spare key, the voice recorder fully charged, no weapons, no drama, just facts. Evening fell heavy. I drove over after dark, rain reduced to mist now, streetlights haloed in wet air. Parked farther this time, 3 blocks. Walked in with hood up, hands in pockets, steps measured. Back door still unlocked. Kitchen dark, sink empty for once. No dishes, no bottles. Stairs creaked under my weight. Up to his room, door open. Dre sitting on the edge of the bed, elbows on knees, head in hands. Room smelled like stale sweat and defeat. No weed, no cologne, just sour air. Tasha stood in the corner by the dresser, arms folded, bundles still swinging but face stone. He looked up when I stepped in, eyes red-rimmed, chain dull under the dim lamp. Kiana, voice cracked on the edges. The fuck you doing here? I didn't answer right away, just closed the door behind me. Soft click. Tasha spoke first. She here 'cause it's over, Dre. He laughed, short, broken. Over? Y'all wild. This my spot. My money, You're nothing. I cut in, voice level. Crew gone, connects cut, house empty. You shorted yourself. He stood slow. You don't know shit. I pulled the USB from my pocket, held it up. I know everything, every text, every drop. Every time you talked reckless on them group chats. Every dollar you took from me and gave to her or whoever. I got recordings, bank logs, court filings. You're evicted. Papers coming tomorrow. His face shifted, shock to rage to something colder. Fear. You snitching, he whispered. Nah, I said. I ain't talked to police yet, but your own people think you did. That's on you. Tasha stepped forward, and I helped. 'Cause you played us both. The weave? Cute. But it cost you everything. He looked between us, realization hitting like the last punch in a fight he already lost. You set this up, he said to me, all of it. I didn't deny it, just stared. He lunged, not at me, at the dresser. Yanked a drawer open, rummaged for the burner he kept there, found nothing. Tasha had moved it earlier. Gone, she said, like your people. He sank back onto the bed. Shoulders dropped. The fight leaked out of him like air from a punctured tire. I set the duffel down. I'm taking what's mine. Clothes, keys, my piece. He didn't move, just stared at the floor. Tasha grabbed her own bag from the closet, small, already packed. Looked at me, nodded once, We walked out together, down the stairs. In through the living room, empty couches, silent speakers, no bass, no laughter, no deals, just shadows and the faint smell of old smoke. Out the front door this time, into the mist. Behind us, the trap house stood dark. No red bulb, no movement, no sound. Silent. Finally. Tasha and I didn't speak much on the drive away from the trap house. The mist had thickened into a fine drizzle that streaked the windshield like slow tears. Streetlights blurred into long golden lines as we cruised down side streets, avoiding the main drags where his people might still be posted. My hand stayed steady on the wheel. Hers fidgeted in her lap, twisting the end of one bundle. I broke the silence first. "You got somewhere to go tonight?" She nodded quick. "My auntie's spot in College Park. She don't ask questions. I'll crash there till I figure next." "Good, I'll drop you. Then I'm heading back to pack the apartment." She glanced over. "You really evicting him from y'all's spot?" "Already filed. He's tenant at will now. No lease renewal in his name. The papers hit tomorrow. Certified mail to the trap address and posted on the apartment door. He shows up, he's trespassing." Tasha let out a low whistle. Cold, but clean. Had to be. We pulled up to a quiet row of townhomes off Old National. Porch light on, curtains drawn. She grabbed her bag, paused with the door half open. "Kiana, thank you. For real. I was stuck in that loop too." I met her eyes under the dome light. We both were. Now we out. She nodded once, slipped out into the drizzle. Door closed soft. I watched her walk up the steps, knock, get pulled inside quick by an older woman in a robe. Light flicked off behind the curtain. I drove back alone. The city felt different now, less heavy, like I'd shed weight I didn't know I carried. Radio low, some old school R&B playing soft, not celebrating, just breathing. I'm back at the apartment complex around 1 a.m. His Charger wasn't in the lot. Good. I parked, went upstairs. The eviction notice was already taped to the door. Bright yellow paper, bold letters. Notice to vacate premises. Non-payment and breach of lease agreement. Fulton County stamp, notary seal. My name as complainant. His as respondent. I peeled it off careful, folded it, tucked it in my pocket. Evidence. Proof he'd seen it if he ever tried to fight. Inside, I moved fast. Packed my clothes, shoes, toiletries, the few pieces of furniture I'd bought myself. The small bookshelf, the lamp with the crystal base, my good pots. Left his PlayStation, his chain collection box, the couch we'd argued over. Those were his burdens now. I also left one thing on the kitchen counter, a single printed page, and the voice note transcript from Tasha's recordings. His own words in black and white. "Dre, she thinks she's slick, but I stay 10 steps ahead." Underneath, handwritten in my neatest print, "Not this time." I took photos of the note, the eviction paper on the counter, the half-empty apartment. Time-stamped, backed up. By 3 a.m., my car was loaded. Last trip, I walked through each room slow. Living room where we used to watch movies. Kitchen where I cooked dinners he barely ate. Bedroom where I'd cried quiet so he wouldn't hear. I didn't linger. Just closed each door behind me like chapters. Downstairs, I stopped at the leasing office drop box. Slid in the keys, both sets. Attached note. Unit 214 vacated. Forward final bill to tenant at will, Andre Jackson. Lease terminated per court filing number 2025C V11873. Locked the mailbox slot. Walked away. I drove to a 24-hour storage spot off I-285. Rented a small unit under my maiden name, Kiana Harris. Paid cash for 3 months. Unloaded everything. Locked it. Felt the click like a period at the end of a long sentence. Checked into a budget hotel near the airport. Clean, anonymous, no questions. Paid with my hidden card. Room smelled like fresh bleach and new carpet. I showered long. Let the hot water run until my skin pruned. Stood under the spray thinking about the house I just left silent. No music, no deals, no laughter, no him. I dried off, wrapped in the stiff white towel, sat on the edge of the bed. Phone buzzed, my main one, unblocked now. Dre. Kai, where you at? They served me papers at the spot. This you? I read it. Felt nothing sharp, just calm. Another. Talk to me. I fucked up, I know. Come home. I opened the thread, untyped one line. Me. Home ain't there no more. Sent. Then I blocked him again. This time permanent. I lay back on the bed, ceiling fans spinning slow circles above me, shadows dancing soft. The silence wasn't just in the trap house anymore. It was in me too, peaceful, earned, final. The hotel room stayed dim even after sunrise, curtains thick enough to block most of the Atlanta morning glare. I woke around 8:30 to the faint buzz of my phone on the nightstand, multiple notifications stacking like unread mail. I reached for it slow, eyes still adjusting to the low light. First, Fulton County Court Alert email. Eviction proceeding advanced, writ of possession issued, enforcement scheduled within 72 hours. Respondent notified via certified mail and posted notice. Second, text from the leasing office. Unit 214 confirmed vacated by complainant. Final walkthrough complete. No further rent due from Kiana Harris. Outstanding balance transferred to Andre Jackson per court order. Third, a screenshot from Tasha sent at 7:19 a.m. The trap house front door, yellow eviction notice taped crooked, just same as the one at the apartment. Under it, another paper. Notice of utility disconnection, Georgia Power and Atlanta Water. Lights and water scheduled to cut in 48 hours. I sat up, back against the headboard. The room smelled faintly of hotel coffee from the machine I'd run last night. I sipped the cold leftover in the paper cup. Bitter, fitting. I opened Instagram on the burner account, scrolled the crew pages. Marcus posted a black square last night. Caption, "Real ones know when to walk. Stay safe out there." No tags, no likes from Dre. Another page, some low-level dude who used to post trap pics. Story of an empty living room couch, caption "Spot ghosted FR." Views low, no comments. The network was unraveling thread by thread. Suppliers ghosted, customers scattered. Word spread fast on the streets. Once trust cracks, it shatters. My phone buzzed again. Unknown number. I answered on speaker, voice flat. Dre. Kai? They cut the power at the spot. Water too. I got nowhere. This you doing all this? I didn't speak right away. Let the silence stretch. Dre, I know I fucked up. The money, Tasha, all of it. But this? Court shit? You really trying to bury me? Me. I didn't bury you. You dug the hole, I just handed you the shovel. He breathed heavy into the phone. Sounded like he was outside. Wind, distant cars, no bass, no voices. Dre. I lost everything. Crew dipped. Connects won't answer. Even the lil packs I had left. Somebody tipped the corner boys. They came through last night, took what was there. Said it was payback for short in J-Rod. I ain't short nobody. Me. You shorted me. That started the chain. Dre. Come on, Kai. We can fix this. I'll pay you back. Me. Pay with what? Your silence is the only thing left of value. I hung up, blocked the number. Then the next one he'd call from, and the next. I stood, stretched, walked to the window, pulled the curtain back an inch. City moved below, cars crawling on the freeway, planes taking off from Hartsfield in the distance. Normal life. My life now. I opened my banking app. Hidden account. $4,612 had grown. Small transfers from his accounts added up. Another $248 overnight from forgotten auto pays I'd rerouted before locking him out. Total, $5,041. Enough for first month security deposit. Utilities on a new one-bedroom in a better zip code. No roommates, no shadows. I booked a viewing for tomorrow. Midtown spot, hardwood floors, big windows, walking distance to a decent salon strip. I could start booking braid clients again. Legit. No hiding. Tasha texted, Auntie said I can stay long as I need. I'm applying at Ulta tomorrow. Thanks again. We good? Me. We more than good. Hit me when you land the job. First round on me. She sent a heart emoji. Simple, real. Afternoon came. I drove to the storage unit, unloaded a few boxes into the trunk. My good weave bundles, tools, the small safe where I kept cash and important papers. Locked everything else back up. Drove to a notary public in a strip mall off Cascade. Had her witness and stamp a final affidavit, summary of events, timeline of financial contributions, copies of all screenshots and recordings, filed digitally with Fulton County as supplemental to the eviction record. Insurance. If he ever tried to spin a story, paper would speak louder. Evening fell soft. I treated myself. Picked up takeout from the soul food spot on Auburn Avenue. Collards, mac, candied yams, fried catfish. Ate in the hotel room with the TV on low. Some reality show about women building empires, fitting background noise. Around 9 p.m., another unknown call. I let it ring to voicemail, checked later. Dre's voice, quieter now, almost broken. Kai, the spot empty, nobody come through, not even fiends. It's just me sitting in the dark. I ain't got nowhere, please, just talk. I deleted the voicemail. Didn't save, didn't replay. The trap house was silent now. Truly. No lights, no water, no movement, no life. I finished my food, rinsed the plastic fork in the sink, tossed the container, brushed my teeth, changed into fresh pajamas from Target, soft cotton, no tags, climbed into bed, sheets cool against my skin. I thought about the red bulb that used to swing in that hallway, flickering, warning, now off forever. I closed my eyes. The silence felt like freedom, not vengeance anymore, just the sound of a chapter ending, and the quiet promise of a new one beginning. 3 weeks later, the new apartment smelled like fresh paint and possibility. Hardwood floors cool under my bare feet, big windows letting in slanted afternoon sun that turned the living room gold. Boxes still half unpacked in the corners, but the essentials were set. Bed made with new sheets from Target, small dining table with 2 chairs, one for guests, one for me. Kitchen stocked with the good pots I'd rescued. No echoes, no shadows, just space. I stood at the counter pouring hot tea into a mug that said Boss Lady in gold letters, gift from Tasha after she landed the Ulta job. She texted a selfie yesterday, name tag pinned, bundles freshly twisted, smile wide. First paycheck hit, drinks on me next week. I smiled at the memory, replied, bet, bring your new edges too. My phone stayed mostly quiet now, no unknown numbers. No late-night voicemails. Dre had stopped trying after the second week. Probably realized the line was dead. Last I heard through a mutual, who I quickly cut after, he was crashing on a cousin's couch in Decatur, working odd jobs at a tire shop. No trap, no flex, just survival. The silence I'd created followed him like a reputation he couldn't shake. I opened the balcony door, small concrete slab overlooking a quiet street lined with crepe myrtles. Sat in the folding chair I'd bought for $10, mug warm in my hands. The city hummed below. Distant horns, kids laughing on scooters, a neighbor's grill popping somewhere. Normal sounds, my sounds. I pulled up the hidden account one last time. Balance, $7,892 now. Salon bookings rolling in steady. Word spread through group chats and Instagram stories. I'd posted my first promo last week. Simple carousel of braid installs, caption fresh starts, book now. DMs flooded. Cash app pings all day. Legit money, my money. I thought back to that red bulb swinging in the trap house hallway, flickering like it knew the end was coming. Now it was gone. The whole building quiet. Power cut permanent, water off. Doors locked by the landlord after the writ executed. County records showed it. Possession granted, unit cleared, no occupants. Just an empty shell on the east side. I sipped the tea slow. Chamomile with a hint of honey, calming, grounding. My main phone buzzed once. Notification from Cash App. Drikau. Kai, I know you blocked me, but this the last one. I'm sorry, for real. I lost it all. If you ever want to talk. I read it, felt the old pull for half a second, habit, not heart. Then I swiped left. Deleted. Blocked the new number. Done. No anger left. No satisfaction sharp enough to cut. Just quiet closure. The kind that settles deep and stays. I set the mug down. Stood. Walked back inside. Closed the balcony door soft behind me. The apartment was mine, paid in full, lease in my name only. No joint anything, no shared keys, no shared life. I crossed to the mirror in the hallway, full-length one I'd hung yesterday. Looked at myself, hair in a high puff, face clear, eyes steady. Same girl who used to pay bills in the dark, different woman now. I spoke to my reflection, voice low but firm. You did that. Not a question, a statement. Then I turned off the light, walked to the bedroom, slid under the covers. The fan spun slow overhead. Shadows danced gentle across the ceiling, no sirens, no bass thumping through walls. No arguments echoing down halls, just silence, the good kind, the kind I built myself. If you like this story, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments.